Pull up a chair and let's get talking. Hi everyone, welcome to today's Only Doc Talk segment. This is episode 3. Today we're going to cover period products. But this isn't just a boring talk about pads and tampons. We're also going to discuss the modern challenge for women with cost and access to period products, then considerations on what's right for you, including reusable products. And we're also going to touch just briefly on medical considerations like toxic shock syndrome. So first, let's talk about access. Let's start with acknowledging that having finances to buy products is a problem for many women. I grew up with a mom who was a nurse and kept our cupboard stocked. I had zero awareness when I was a teenager how lucky I was. There are women all around the world, including in Canada, who do not have finances or access to options and choices with period products. This is called period poverty, and it deserves a whole session on its own. Suffice to say today that there are organizations who are working hard to address this, and we will attach a few links for you to learn more at the end of this segment. We can all help to address this. You can donate products, you can volunteer with organizations, you can follow them and support them on social media. There are people advocating for basic period products to be available in schools and in public bathrooms, like toilet paper and paper towels. So support them on social media. We can all help. How to choose a product. The classic choice for women has been between pads and tampons. Before we go into cups and other reusables, there are a lot of variations within classic pads and tampons. Pads include, of course, liners, but there are day absorbencies and night absorbencies, and they can be labeled as teen products, and there are postpartum products. You can use the name as a guide, but don't be restricted by it. The main difference between all of these has to do with customization of size and absorbency. Liners are only meant to collect a small amount of fluid. So some women use them for light bladder leakage, particularly if they're using a cotton liner, which is non-irritating. Or you can use them with a tampon or with a cup to catch any leaks. Women who use a progesterone IUD have lighter periods and may only need light products. Night pads are thicker and longer. Postpartum products are very absorbent for the heavier flow after a baby. As a gynecologist, I've treated women who experience irritation we call contact dermatitis, or worsening of other skin conditions like lichen sclerosis, from synthetic non-breathable material being in contact with the sensitive skin of the vulva. As well, any type of synthetic fragrance can be irritating too. Therefore, period products should be considered in light of what they're made of. With pads, traditional drugstore brands have had a plastic waterproof backing. They might have sticky tabs that attach with wings around your underwear to keep them in place. And of course, they have an absorbent core. The top layer is typically a synthetic material, like a dry weave with little funnels to bring the moisture into the absorbent core. Tampons can be made of rayon as an absorbent material or out of natural fiber materials like cotton and bamboo. Applicators can also be plastic, which does not biodegrade, or cardboard, or have no applicator whatsoever. If you need to or choose to, avoiding these plastic-based materials can help avoid creating or worsening irritation problems. Cotton unscented products are available and are also more friendly to the environment. So, how to choose your absorbency? To find that sweet spot between usefulness of your product and convenience for your life, choose an absorbency that allows a change of product every 4 to 6 hours. This is particularly important with tampons, which are overall very safe and convenient, but if left inside the body too long, they can be associated with a bacterial infection, which can lead to toxic shock syndrome. This is a rare problem, so don't let it frighten you off of trying tampons, but it is important to use proper hygiene, to clean your hands when you're changing your tampons, and to make sure that you don't leave a tampon in for longer than about 6 to 8 hours. Many people will have a few different absorbencies in the cupboard so that they can use the higher absorbency on the first few days of a period, then lighter absorbencies on the lower flow days. Let's talk now about reusable products. Compared to pads and tampons that are designed for single use, there are an increasing number of reusable period products. There are menstrual cups, underwear, and washable fabric pads. In some countries, there's also a reusable tampon applicator, which has a disposable single-use tampon that you place inside a reusable washable plastic applicator. All of these reusable options require a bit more investment up front, but if you follow the cleaning and care instructions, they can last you a really long time. Menstrual cups are the original non-disposable option. Made of medical-grade silicone, these cups are soft and flexible, and they bend to be placed in your vagina, then open up to catch the fluid. It does take a little practice to get them into the right spot, but they can hold more flow than a typical tampon and can be used for a longer period of time, for example, up to 12 hours. I would recommend you try them first on a day you're at home in case you have leaks or troubles getting it into the right spot. Then once you're confident, you can use it whenever you like. I also suggest to use a panty liner initially as backup until you get the hang of it. The cup does need to be cleaned thoroughly with every use and at the end of your period as well. You should always inspect it closely for any sign of wear on the silicone, which means it's time to get a new one. Read the directions carefully on the box for information on sizing, maintenance, and replacing. It's important with a cup to also have access to facilities where you can wash up, so it isn't for every person or every situation. The other main reusable products are period underwear and reusable washable pads. These are growing quickly in popularity. Made of absorbent fabric that can be washed thoroughly and reused, these fabric options may cost more initially to purchase, but in the long run, they're way less financial costs compared to single-use products. And they don't contribute to plastic waste in landfills and oceans, so check them out. So that's a very basic rundown of period products. Again, please go to good websites like yourperiod.ca for all the details. Thanks for joining. I'll see you again soon for another episode of Only Doc Talk.